Hello and welcome to Round 2 lead card coverage from the 2018 San Francisco Open here in San Francisco, California. We are at the Glen Eagles Golf Course in South San Francisco. Big Germ, Nate Sexton, BigSexy commentary. Here we are.
Yeah, we've got imagine that, star-studded cast here. We got the Crush brothers, Paul McBeth, Nate Doss. Nate Doss, obviously the local here, kind of in the Santa Cruz area, near the Bay Area. But big golf course, you're going to see some big shots today. And just a really fantastically designed golf course. It's a lot of fun to play. You know, of course, we have a lot of big open shots, but for the most part, it requires a lot of technical skill as well.
Definitely, and this upshot is very technical. Hole 1, par 4, 668. We're seeing the upshot now. The first shot's pretty simple, just a big crush. But then you got to navigate your way back in here onto this sloping green through quite a few very large trees.
Simon starting off with a hot round, 54 to start off, and really no surprise to see him doing well on a big open course.
That's just fine. Not trying to go too crazy huge, just a pedestrian 475 on a rope.
Next to throw from Forest, Virginia, Paul McBeth.
It's kind of weird to hear from Forest, Virginia.
Yeah, classic East Coast guy.
Most of you may know Paul McBeth as a Huntington Beach native out here in California, in SoCal. But he's changed ways.
Mm-hmm.
He's now East Coast.
You got to figure, you know, for every one of these videos we make, and as Paul just goes he skips it off the disc. Just how you're
taking our advice from round 1.
You got to figure that at least somebody, and maybe we'll hear from him in the comments, they stumbled on this video late at night. They've never seen disc golf before. Paul might as well be East Coast. They don't know anything.
Yep, he looks East Coast to me.
Yeah. Here is Eagle. Oh, yeah.
And
He's
that's
kind of cutting the corner here.
Wow, and that's scary, guys. He's going way over out of bounds the whole way through, and fantastic position. You really can't put it too much better unless you throw a star wraith roller like Garrett did first round. But
that OB is 475 feet on the right side. He just went maybe 100 past that.
The Warriors Tonight chant from Nate Doss.
And that worked.
Yeah, spoiler alert, it did work. They won by 30 almost, 29 points. And Nate showing why he's one of the crowd favorites, really playing to the crowd. Everyone here in attendance, they're all pulling for the Warriors.
Definitely.
I'm just pulling for good basketball.
Game 7, that's the way you get it.
Enough about disc golf. Let's talk basketball.
Okay, here's a little layup from Doss.
Oh, set him up.
Oh, no.
A little
front rim.
A little defense around the perimeter there.
That was not really a layup. That was a three-pointer, and it clanged off the back rim pretty bad, but still, not an easy shot. This is a long 2.
Oh, yeah.
It's a swish.
Yeah, there'll be a three-pointer coming up because it's 3 shots.
Oh, okay. Now I get it. It's kind of like the juice. Hard to know exactly.
And this is crazy. This is the 4th easiest hole.
That's crazy.
Which is, well, the crazy thing to me about it is that it's averaging only 3.9. So that's pretty close to par.
Yeah.
And it's the 4th easiest.
Still pretty hard, yeah.
I mean, that's just, wow.
This is kind of getting away from Eagle a bit. No, it's fine. It looked a little bit offline, but he'll be fine with that, especially with the little tree backboard.
Yeah, what an advantage that is to have a jump putt into this downhill sloping green, as you see Nate just having to pitch the layup there.
Yeah, I would like to try getting that close.
It would be nice. Oh, look at that.
Beautiful putt.
Textbook Simon. Kind of a swing putt from outside the circle with that little spin nose up ride that he likes to put on the disc. And we're going to have 3 birdies in the starting hole here.
Nice. Hole 2, par 3, 378 feet up the hill on the left. Cart path and over to the right side is out of bounds. So what would be a pretty simple hyzer is made super scary by this one large tree, because if you hit it, you're gonna be out of bounds. You're gonna go to a drop zone, and 4 is gonna be a best case scenario. So you really have to get the disc as close as possible to that tree without actually hitting it.
And one of the advantages here of that hillside, well, really not an advantage, but one of the things that kind of helps you mentally come at ease is that if you do hit this hillside and you roll down, as Simon appears to be doing, that wall is there to protect those shots. So the shot is intended to be difficult by getting it up there on the flat, but they don't want to over penalize you if you roll down the hill as well. You're already kind of penalized being taken out of easy birdie range.
Yes. This could be a bit short. Maybe not.
I don't
Got
think-
the destroyer,
Yeah.
so that's
Oh,
actually
wow.
great. No skip.
And look at that. That's the place to land, and Paul knows that, heading right towards that sand. Eagle going for the low, somewhat flip-up play, and that's definitely going to come up a bit short.
Yeah, maybe a little early release there. I'm sure he's trying for low and inside, but that was extremely low and inside.
Yeah, it really can't be overstated how much that tree plays with the height that you want to throw the disc and as well as the line, and this is pretty much ideal.
Yeah.
Knowing that even if that had hyzered a bit more, that hillside is really there to protect your shot from getting too far away from the pin, and two very nicely executed throws there, and we got 2 long putts. This is super long.
Ooh, good effort.
Wow.
Simon just low.
And it's hard to get that disc up the hill with that tailwind. It's so difficult to trust. You almost have to throw it at the height of the top of the flagpole, and you really never want to trust doing that, because what if it doesn't drop?
Yeah.
You know, the next thing you know, you're having circle's edge comeback putt for par.
Nate Doss makes birdie. Paul for the birdie from 20. Perfect.
Count it.
Eagle and Simon will take par. And just like that, we've got a tie at the top. Hole 3, par 3, 441 feet downhill moving to the right. Cart path is OB on the left, but unlikely to come into play. The OB on the right, however, is a bit more scary with this wall. You can play a forehand, backhand roller, or a backhand turnover, but all of those shots are going to need to get down. Even the roller has a chance to go out of bounds. The wall is helpful, but it can't stop one that's coming in really fast. Paul with the forehand flex. Nice shot. 35 feet. This looks like mid-range.
And Nate's a player who uses the forehand as a utilitarian shot. Doesn't really go with it that often. This is a pretty difficult long turnover. I believe that he actually threw a buzz there and just couldn't quite get it to turn all the way over. It's either a buzz or an undertaker. Maybe an undertaker. That would make more sense, I guess, for this distance.
Simon's a little early. And he does get the wall to stop him. Came in so turned over, it's nice and low. Not much chance to jump the wall there.
Yeah, and that wall really does allow the player to not have to focus so much on distance control with that roller, just making sure that it does turn right.
Eagle's super wide here.
Yeah, that's a misrelease there. This is a great hole for Eagle to pick up a stroke on these guys. With his forehand, his hyzer forehand game is so strong lately. Surprising to see him, oh goodness, almost made me eat my words there.
It's a scary putt to run.
Doss with a nice effort. Gave it a quality bid from about 75 feet, and Paul from about 45. Oh,
Whoa.
slightly downhill putt with a downhill green. Doesn't go too far past. Oh,
Simon barely high.
wow. As these guys tap out, got to give a shout out to the FPO leader right now,
Yes.
who, Sarah Hokum, who got a hole-in-one on this hole yesterday. The open tee pad is at 441. The female pad is 347 feet.
Yeah.
That is a crush of a sidearm.
Yes.
Not many girls can get forehand up in the 350 range, and Sarah
Maybe
can do it with
one or
ease.
two, maybe.
Yeah, and she skipped ace. It's on camera, and it actually made ESPN's Snapchat top 5.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, I was going through ESPN's Snapchat this morning, and there it was, just disc golf. I was like, oh my gosh, that's incredible. So if you have Snapchat, check that out.
Hole 4, par 3, 507. You're going straight at the pin, hopefully through these eucalyptus trees with a low backhand. You do have to watch out for that early sand trap, as well as the low ceiling branch right off the tee. The other play that I've seen is people playing a bit more of an intentional hyzer and then kind of coming in the back door. But I think these guys are all thinking deuce. They're going to be going straight at the pin. And Paul's got all the power.
Oh my goodness.
So much power.
That is going to be in a really strange place, but it looked like he got pin high somehow, amazingly enough, through all those
It
eucalypti.
looked like it wanted to go deep to me.
Yeah, it would have if it hadn't eventually hit something. And Nate with a nice low line here. If he can avoid all of these
Man,
crazily scattered trees.
through the ukes. That's what happens to most shots. It comes out nice and fast, but there's just a lot of stuff to hit.
And things just get blurry somewhere along the lines.
Yeah, man. It's probably a tear kind of going into the eye as you see it tracking for a tree. Eagle. He's at it again.
Oh my gosh! And the only player in the field to deuce. Well, actually, there was 2 players to deuce it during round 1.
Yeah.
Eagle was one of them, and look at that once again.
Simon can see the basket here. Super long jump putt.
507 feet, folks.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Low ceiling to boot. No room to turn over the
And
disc.
not really a designed fairway.
No.
I had the opportunity to speak with Leonard, the course designer, and he had mentioned there was 2 holes in the course that were a bit strange. And this was one of them, and the other one is coming up on the front 9.
Paul with a tricky little approach from back in that area that not many people have landed. Can Eagle really go back to back?
Eagle has gone. The Eagle has landed, folks.
Wow, he birdies it again.
He has a total of 4 strokes on hole 4. That's remarkable.
It is.
I had 4 strokes on hole 4 through 1 round.
Same.
And also through 2 rounds, I've got 8 strokes. So pretty impressive.
Quick little nod to James Conrad, who in my group on hole 4 tapped in his 4-foot putt for 2.
And Drew Gibson and Andrew McGill as well.
Nice. Hole 5, par 4, 1,033 feet, playing into a headwind. Big drive, as big as you can do it, down the hill. Try to find the middle of the fairway and then throw a huge hyzer, trying to get up over this green and over this cart path to the basket. But there is a bit of a drop off behind it, so you have to be pretty careful with where you land.
And if you turn the volume up, you're going to hear there is music coming in from all angles during this round. I believe there's cookouts and some festivals going on.
Yeah.
And Eagles Drive is looking all right.
Yeah. All right.
That's beautiful. And once it gets down the hill, if you can avoid hyzering to the left side of those Juxton, I'm just going to make up a name for a tree.
Okay,
the
please.
Juxton
Try it.
Pillars.
Oh, yeah. And Paul going really high here.
And these are heading right towards the J's. The JPs. Yeah, he's actually heading down here. I didn't even realize out of bounds could have been in play, but it's actually a booth down there serving food and showing the live coverage of the tournament. So really cool place for spectators to gather.
That is cool.
And
this
is
looks really good.
Yeah, this is how you play this. Out wide. And no danger whatsoever of those big gnarly JPs down there.
Oh, the headwind is gone. Simon says tailwind. I would like to play this hole in a tailwind.
Yeah, no kidding. He's licking his chops as he's got his P2 turned over, or PD2 turned over. It'd be pretty impressive for a P2.
Yeah.
But it's equally impressive for a PD2.
Yeah, huge drive.
Yeah. And that's in the ideal landing zone.
And look at that, 4.57, not a soft par 4.
No, and this is a hole that I think, as Nate's got a really nice looking line on this. If it has the distance, he's going to be putting. Oh, yeah. That's right inside circle's edge. Fantastic approach. As we were practicing this hole, it just seemed like, is this a par 4 or is this a par 5? But I truly think, good gap there from Paul. Yeah. I truly think that this is like the future of par 4s.
Definitely.
Wow.
What a break there.
Unbelievable recovery shot.
Hit the backboard, drops right down.
Fortunate break, but really an incredible throw to give himself an opportunity to have that break.
Seriously. Is this too much hyzer? Yes, well, maybe a little bit. I mean, it's not bad. There's that wind. Wow.
Yeah. And Simon with just maybe 370, which is just...
Yeah.
I mean, a human being is going to have a great long-distance throwing human being is going to have 2 full shots on this hole.
Yep.
Simon can't even slow it down enough with a soft pitch hyzer and has a 50-foot comeback.
He should have thought about that P2 you were mentioning. Oh, man, a couple bands in a row it feels like for Simon.
It's hard to think that he feels like he left one on the table.
I know.
On this really difficult hole. Well,
Wow,
Eagle didn't.
Super good putt there. Never a doubt when it came out of his hand.
With that wind blowing on this somewhat precarious green, that is a very quality putt. Yeah. Eagle with back-to-back impressive birdies. Oh, Nate can't follow suit. Wow.
Man, tricky little save there. We were talking about Paul and Simon being tied. Eagle just says, I'm going to storm right past that, take the lead for myself.
And watch out, we're on a golf course. Eagle McMahon at National Tours this year. 2 for 2 on courses where we played all the rounds exclusively on golf courses.
Yep.
This is a place where he really gets to let that distance and putting game shine. What a save from Paul.
Definitely.
And the third hardest hole, hole 4, hardest hole in the course, hole 5, Eagle is one of 5 people to birdie this hole and one of 4 people to birdie the previous hole on the entire field. So,
wow.
Huge time to take those strides.
Wow. Hole 6, par 4, 644 feet. Starting out as sort of a woods tunnel shot and then becoming a little bit more of an OB avoidance shot over these sand traps, greens, OB wall, a couple little bunkers up here. Really a tricky hole. You want to get out of the woods if possible, either by going straight or by flexing a forehand. We may even see this early hyzer play that Paul was trying in yesterday's round. So that is...
Oh, wow. Just kick right or left.
Yeah. If it hyzers a little sooner, I think it's great. And maybe Paul's abandoned that idea.
Well, I don't really like that initial play. I think this is the shot that is going to give you the best results most consistently.
That's a good kick.
Mm-hmm. And Paul's got a good enough forehand or turnover from there to be able to get near the green. And Nate is out the gap.
Nice.
That's ideally what you'd like to see. Oh, wow.
This could be big. Needs a skip. Well, or just stay straight.
Yeah,
really. I mean, that's okay.
Once he's up by those last trees, wow, he's away. That's surprising. I thought that he got past the Eagle's drive to hit the tree. You don't see this too much from Simon, going forehand, forehand.
A little bit short, but not bad.
Yeah, wow, circle's edge. That's impressive.
Needs to miss some giant trees. Oh, wow. Crushed. Oh, needs to hit giant trees.
Oh,
So that's
goodness.
When I
Look at
said
this.
miss, I meant needs to hit some giant trees, and it does.
Great break.
That was sweet. Eagle just going standstill 350. Oh, unlucky there, but he will have a putt.
And great shot there from Paul. We're going to have actually 4 quality looks here. Can
Yeah.
Eagle keep that streak alive? Oh. Had the right height. And once again, we have another tie at the top of the leaderboard.
I think we might be in for a 3-way tie. Or not yet.
And Doss using the backboard tree there to slow down his disc and is going to collect the birdie as well.
No way.
Wow.
I guess we're not going to have a tie at all.
Wow. And Paul, after seeing that, kind of, I don't want to say carelessly tossed that in there, but that could have bounced out as well. You really got to make sure that you don't lose focus on a short tap-in like that.
Definitely. Hole 7, par 3, 483. Really, really difficult green to access off the tee. A good play is really just to throw out a shot that finishes a little bit left. Stay well left of this cart path so that you give yourself a view of the pin. It's difficult. You have to get right around these 5 large cypress trees. If you're not around those, you're going to have 50-50 odds at being able to see the basket.
And I want the viewers to do something really quick. I want you to take your finger and I want you to put it on the screen right where it says par 3 so that you can't see that. Because this hole is not a par 3.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And you can even take a Sharpie marker and write a 4 on your finger. So that way it says par 4 as you cover up the 3.
Or you could write it right on the screen.
Yeah. Take Nate's advice. Write it right there on the screen. That way you know at all times
This is a par 4.
this is a par 4. There's been 1 deuce in the field in 2 full rounds.
Man, who could? I mean,
I'm
is it
gonna
on
check.
this card?
No, it's not. I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to.
Doesn't look like it so far. We know Eagle got a putt last time, and he is up last. Paul going air shot. Wow, that's got height. This needs to be wary of going out of bounds.
Oh wow, a great kick. Oh,
He hits the tree and stays in.
Yep. When we see red paddle from catch cam, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
And Eagle has gone roller, and this is on a good line, but maybe a bit too turned over, or no?
Short, barely short.
Okay, he's gonna perhaps have that tree to contend with, but the 4 hardest holes in the course, 4, 5, 6, 7, all consecutive.
Wow, that's crazy.
Eagle with a look for 2 would have birdied 3 of the 4 hardest holes.
It could have been all of them,
Yeah.
were it not for some putting struggles and an unlucky spit out. Simon comes up just short, and that's really not where you want to be. It's not that far, but now you've got to straddle outside that tree and putt probably into a headwind. Eagle barely missed this birdie yesterday. Nobody got it.
Oh,
wow.
An eagle just off the top rim. Unfortunately for him, the only person in the field to birdie the hole.
LJ, large germ.
Large germ was the only one to get it.
That's a crazy birdie.
It
You
was
went roller.
roller and then a putt from about 40. It feels good enough to talk about.
Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, we've played. Everyone in the field has 2 cracks at it, and only one 2 has been carded. So that's pretty special. Anytime you've got an outcome that's that rare.
Oh, Simon.
I told you didn't want to be there. It's tricky, trickier than it looks on camera. Putting from that spot.
Not necessarily a deliberate player on the putting green, but that was way quicker than his typical.
Yeah, he's kind of like a feel guy. I feel like. He's kind of, when he's missing, it seems really casual. When he's making, it seems really crazy impressive. He's just kind of like point shoot. He doesn't take a whole lot of time.
No.
Hole 8, par 4, 642 feet. You've got this ribbon of OB, boomerang shaped. They're saying that kind of stops you from going big off the tee. So everyone in the field has been going short of that wall to start, and then go with a big shot trying to get up on the green with your second. I think that's going to hold true here. It's not really quite in the right spot to entice the go for it play.
And Nate with a good aggressive line.
Oh, that's great. He's really pushed it up there.
Mm-hmm. And that gives you a good idea how much room he has left to go.
I feel like you could throw it 400 off the tee, 400-foot power, and you'd be all right. Like it's not a little layup shot.
It's scary because you see that wall, and it feels so close because off to the right and left side of the bottom tips of the boomerang, it feels like it's really close to you.
It is, yeah, but the boomerang is very deep.
Right, exactly. If you push the middle, you can easily throw 400 feet, and especially with going uphill, the 400 feet of power is going to leave you probably short of the wall by a good bit, too.
Mm-hmm.
A bit higher line for Simon. Boom, getting close to the wall, but all 4 players have navigated the first shot successfully inbounds.
And what if Doss makes birdie here and we get into a 4-way tie? Pretty phenomenal action so far. Eagle hanging it way out wide. Is that safe? No.
Oh, no, has not made its way back in bounds. That actually, I don't believe ever crossed. That's going to go back quite a bit distance.
Yeah, he's going to be pretty far away.
So it looks like it's going to be 5 best case scenario for Eagle.
Paul making an adjustment inside a little bit, and that's perfect.
And look at this. I mean, Simon with a full run-up.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
on this shot that's
off the out of bounds. Perfect.
I'd say that shot was probably 280 to 290 feet, maybe.
I think more.
You think more?
And pretty uphill, too.
Well, that's the uphill, is what I'm saying. It makes you throw a full shot.
Yeah, I think it's 350, but I think,
You're crazy, man.
Maybe 330.
You're
but
crazy.
it takes 400 plus.
Right.
So this is the spot the Eagles got.
And he's so far back that he's actually throwing a full shot. I thought that he might have a short pitch, but...
Well done.
Yeah. Nice bounce back, but that's still going to be...
Possibly losing 2 to everyone else on the card.
Yeah, it's going to sting.
Doss. Oh, no. Airballs that birdie putt. He's got a sizable putt coming back. Oh.
We're seeing some...
wow.
We've seen some good putts, but we've also seen some strange mishaps here from otherwise all-star lineup on the putting green.
Yeah. Man, it's for Simon. The downhill 25-footer airballs that to outside circle 1.
And look at this. There's a chance to take the solo lead here for Paul.
He doesn't pass up on that chance too often.
Yeah.
Nate in for par. Eagle will have to settle for bogey.
As well Simon.
And then Paul, 2-shot lead. You just cannot predict what's going to happen out here.
Oh, wow, yeah. Just like that. Could have been a 4-way tie.
Yeah. Hole 9, par 4, 747 feet downhill. You got the view of the bay in the background. This is an absolute crush if you want to take the risk. You can go huge distance driver, try to get a bit of turnover, and finish back towards the pin. Anything down here by this foot golf hole is a fantastic shot, and you should be able to get up and down for a pretty easy birdie. Probably playing is one of the easier holes on the course. Back me up here.
Yeah, back-to-back days, it has been the easiest birdie. I think it would be interesting, just as a suggestion, to maybe bring it in about 60, 70 feet.
I agree.
And make it, a 680-foot reachable par 3 that you could see from the tee.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be really fun for spectators.
Maybe it's reachable, because look at this.
Paul has gone 60 long, apparently.
That's what an 800-foot drive looks like.
Gosh. All right. Well,
maybe back the hole up is what we're saying, and change it to a par 3.
Yeah, exactly. Take it a little bit further back, and then
and then
call
you
it a par
get
3.
that Sharpie out and change the 4 back to a 3.
Or just use a different finger.
Well, I think they should be writing on the screen, just so they don't have to be touching the screen.
Oh, you don't want to touch the screen. No.
Yeah, you don't want to leave fingerprints. Eagle puts a lot of hyzer on this.
Oh, wow.
Might be kind of just more playing for the 3.
I have a hard time thinking that Eagle's playing this one for a 3 with the power that he has.
Yeah, but that was maybe just a pretty bad judgment of the wind or the disc stability, but
right.
That's a good place to be. I mean, if you're going for a 3, that left side is probably the best place.
And being up on this hillside can kind of play tricks a bit with the wind. And Simon does not get this turned over quite as much as he'd like, but still looking really good.
Screaming.
Okay, wow.
Right at circle 2.
If that had gotten a skip, we had been looking at a really good eagle opportunity, but I feel like a lot of times you're up on this hill and it feels like there might be a headwind, but it's actually kind of a tail or not that much once it goes down the hill.
Yeah.
And Eagle's got a little bit of milk left in the cereal bowl there.
Some people drink that, some people don't.
Wow, Nate almost throws it in. Good approach.
Look at this drive.
Oh
no. We've still got Paul with his comeback putt. Went a little long. Poor guy.
Simon doesn't understand with that tailwind and the nose up, that should drop. But wow. Back-to-back days, Paul has drilled cage. See if Eagle can pick up this really important birdie.
No.
That is par, but that feels every bit like a bogey.
Oh, yeah, especially after the drive he had. I mean, he's not much more than 150 feet away from the pin.
Yep. That's definitely leaving one on the table there. That forehand approach did not give him what he needed there.
I read on UDisc that Drew Gibson's putt was 16 feet.
It might have been less. It flew over our heads on the next tee pad, and it was a drop-in.
Unbelievable.
Only 2 of the field through 2 rounds. Big shout-out.
There it is, front 9 in the books, and it's a familiar name. Paul McBeth leading the way. Nate Doss also with a solid front 9, but everybody is really close right now. So, second card, even guys lower down than that, really charging. Super exciting finish coming right up.